video tutorial about how to schedule your Google Meet as a teacher. My name is Kelly Cheatham and I am a digital learning specialist for Fort Worth ISD. E-learning has become very important as we are dealing with this COVID shutdown. And part of e-learning that we want to keep going is that idea of interacting with your students, and Google Meet allows you to have that face-to-face interaction. So today we're going to talk about how to schedule those interactions. We're actually going to address two different ways to start your Google Meet. The first way is using the actual Google Meet interface. And our second way is how to use Google Calendar to schedule meets. Once we've talked about scheduling them, we'll then talk about how to share the important information with your students, such as the meeting code and nickname, as well as the link. So we're going to get started. The first thing you need to do is go to your ClassLink apps and get logged in. Once you're logged in, you're going to access the Google Drive app. In the Google Drive app, in the top right-hand corner, you'll find what we call the waffle. This is your Google Apps Launcher. And in your Google Apps Launcher, you will find an app called Meet. So our first way of scheduling is through the Meet interface. So we're going to start by selecting that Meet app here. It will open in a new tab. Okay? And then the Meet interface is really simple. The only thing you can really do here is join or start a meeting. As a teacher, you have the option to do both. As a student, they can only join a meeting. They are not able to create their own. So as a teacher, you're going to hit the plus. It's going to bring up a little box here, and it's asking for you to enter a meeting code or a nickname. So you want something identifiable. So I like to use my last name. And then you want something to set this particular meet apart from others. So maybe something like the date, or something like maybe a time, or something that will make sure that this particular meet is different from any other meet that I schedule. And then I'm going to hit the continue button. It will open a new window, and in my window I see a preview of what I would see in the Meet, and I have the option to go in and join now. So scheduling in the Meet interface is a great way to do it in the moment. So if I know I'm going to start my class meeting in just a minute, I would start by doing that through the Meet interface. And now I'm going to click on Join Now to kick off my meeting. The first thing you'll see here is that join information, and this is what you will need to share with your students. So in this particular window, to copy this information, you'll just click on Copy Joining Information. We will return back to how to then distribute this to your students in just a minute. First, though, I'm going to show you the second way to schedule your Google Meet, and that's through Google Calendar. So I'm going to leave this Meet and close out of that tab. And I'm going to return back to my Google Drive. We're going to go back up into that Google Apps Launcher. And this time, instead of selecting Meet, we're going to go to Calendar instead. Okay, so this will pull up your Google Calendar. And this is a great way to keep track of meets that you're going to schedule for later on in the week, so not right this moment. So let's say, for example, I want to schedule a Google Meet for tomorrow morning for my students. So I'm going to go over to the Create button. And it's going to pop up this little menu here. So the first thing I need to do is title my Google Meet. So I'm going to call this Wednesday Morning Meeting. Okay. And then I need to go ahead and set it for the correct date and time. So I'm going to click where it says today's date, and I'll select tomorrow's date instead. I'm going to click where it says the time, and I want to change this to tomorrow morning. I'm going to start my meeting at 9 o'clock, and I'll change my end time as well to 9:30. Okay, so I have all of those details ready to go. The last thing I need to do on this menu is I need to add that actual Google Hangout portion. So where it says add location or conferencing, if I click there, it's going to give me the option now of adding conferencing. So now I'm going to click add conferencing. And when I do that, it will automatically create a Google Meet for me. and it will attach it to that calendar event. So now I'm going to click Save. And apparently I already have one scheduled for that time, or very similarly. Okay, so now when it comes to Wednesday morning and I'm ready to start my Google Meet, I would go to my calendar. So as a reminder, we did that through our Google Apps Launcher or our Waffle. And we clicked on Calendar. And then I would find that event in my calendar. So I scheduled it for Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. And if I single click, it's going to bring up those meeting details. So all I would need to do is I want to copy this information right here. I'm going to click on this little clipboard right here to copy it to my clipboard. So now my join information is copied. So now let's talk about how to share that information with your students. If you have a Google Classroom or an It's Learning course already created, that's probably the easiest way to share with your students. So all you would do is open up your course. So I'm going to open up a Google Classroom course. And then in your course, you can either do it in your stream as an announcement, or you could make it something under classwork. I'm going to do it in my stream for now. I'm going to click here. And all I would do is right click and paste, and that link to my Google Meet is there. I could also do it by clicking where it says add down below, and I could add a link and I could paste it in there. So it'll pop up as a link. And then I could add any other details I want up in the top part. So I could say, join us for our morning meeting tomorrow, this morning. I'll say I'm posting it tomorrow. This morning, okay? Use the link below to join. And then all you need to do is hit post. And your students will have access to this link. They can click on that and it will bring them directly to our Google Meet. If you have questions about hosting your Google Meet from both the teacher and the student perspective, please watch our other Google Meet videos. We also have a video about how to use an add-on in Microsoft 365 to schedule those Google Meets on your Outlook calendars. So check out that video as well.